Find a pound in the locker. There's literally money everywhere.
Come spend a day with me as a six-figure Amazon seller and VA agency owner. First up, I'm awake at 4, do a nice little 10k run, followed by an ice bath. I then journal for 20 minutes, followed by yoga and deep meditation. Okay, so yeah, that was a lie. Shall I start again? First up, it's breakfast, and today is my favourite day of the week because it's the day we take my daughter swimming. Since 10 weeks old, we've taken her, and I've never missed a session. Unsurprisingly, I'm the only dad there. I've then got a group training session with our current batch of VAs, then a few calls, one with an admin VA in our aftercare program, and then I'll be checking in with my FBA team to see if we're still smashing it. Spoiler alert, we are. At this point, you're probably blown away with my culinary skills, and look at that beast of a breakfast. As you can see, the weather is gorgeous. You absolutely don't need to go to Dubai or Miami. Probably need to hoover my boots, but I'm far too busy being entrepreneurial for that.
And I don't want to show off or anything. Find a pound in the locker. There's literally money everywhere. That is swimming done. Excuse your appearance without the makeup on, but that's what happens when you get a good workout in. So I should probably now go home and do some work today.
I usually get a coffee, but no one should be queuing this long for Costa. So now I'm home, it's time for a call with the current batch of VAs. They are on week 3 of 5.
Everybody, hope you're all doing well.
I carried out one-to-one calls with them all last week and will now be going over the topics of most concern.
We're going to go through some more keeper graph analysis.
As you can hear, it's keeper graph analysis today. In my opinion, this is the most important skill to learn, whether you're a VA or a seller. We spent a lot of time on this during the training, and they can't pass the training without passing a rigorous keeper exam.
I'm just about to jump on a call with a VA that we placed a couple of months ago. So with every placement of a VA, we offer a 3-month aftercare service. And this VA, so she finished her training just prior to Christmas. She got placed with a client. The client she's working for is a 7-figure seller. He hired a sourcing VA from us last summer. Was very, very happy with her performance, and then came back to us and asked for an admin VA. Now, I'm interested to see how this call goes because he's reached out and is having a few problems with some of the work she's doing. So I'm jumping on a call with her and we're going to have a look and see how we can help out. Hopefully it's not a major issue, but let's just see what happens.
Hi Sarah, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Good. Okay, so how can I help you?
This was a fascinating call. The issue the admin VA was having was nothing major. She struggled to get reimbursements through our friends at Seller Support. Unsurprising, depressing responses. What did surprise me was how unaware of the processes her client was. He's a very big 7-figure seller, quite prominent in the Amazon space, and shockingly doesn't know some, in my opinion, fairly basic stuff. Just shows anyone can scale this business. Also, be careful who you're buying courses from. In a miracle rarely seen in the UK, the sun came out. We have a rule in our house, when the sun's out, so are we, even though it was still absolutely freezing.
One of the perks of training VAs is that we're genuinely helping these people to change their lives, and it's so heartwarming. And yes, okay, it might sound cheesy, but it really does make me feel amazing to see how these guys' lives are improving for the better because of the work we've done. So randomly, just now, I received a message from one of the VAs, and she has, I think she graduated the training 3 months ago, I think. She mentions in the message she's been working for 3 months. So I'm just going to show you the message that I've just received. Okay, so I last heard from her in October, just end of October, and she just messaged me today randomly saying, "Hi Bish, I apologise for not thanking you earlier when I landed my client, but I truly appreciate the knowledge and skills you've shared with me. Your guidance has been incredibly helpful and I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn from you. It's been 3 months since I started working with my clients." Genuinely, messages like this make me so happy. The VA industry has got a bit of a bad rep. You basically, for VAs or against VAs, and there isn't much in between. And unfortunately, the ones that are against VAs are very vocal. And as a result, it gives VAs a bit of a bad name. And to be honest, I think the way some people treat their VAs is atrocious. Only this week did we have a VA come back to us because a client who's been working with them for over a year now has just stopped paying them. And how someone can genuinely do that, for me, is just disgusting. But anyway, I get sidetracked. Point is that yes, okay, I'm creating a business because I'm trying to create another income, but actually the work we're doing is really helping people in the Philippines get a good wage, change their working conditions, and actually support their family. So it's a massive thing that I believe in passionately about, and this is why I drive and talk about the VA business so much, because when I worked in a 9 to 5, I felt very much so I used to work for a big corporation and I felt very, very, very small in a massive company. I then went and moved and I worked for a much smaller company, and it was a little family run business and it was much, much better. But both of these types were very, very much business first, which is obviously the way you have to run every business. I'm not stupid, I understand that. As a multiple business owner now myself, obviously the business has to come first. But the VA agency allowing me to run a successful business whilst also helping people is just one of the best feelings in the world, and that's why I'm never going to shut up about it, I'm afraid.
I've got a small team of 3. My original VA that's been with me for 3 years now looks after my admin VA, and we've recently taken on a second sourcing VA. At least once a week I'll check in with my head VA to find out how the team's getting on.
Okay, this all looks good. This looks good. Okay, so with the deals, not bad, good start I think. So with these, to be fair, not really our fault, no one's fault really. We are basically caused by cash flow, which is not a problem. We are looking to, so a combination of increased ROI and increased sales per month, so we know we need to focus on that. But actually some really, really good stuff earlier in the week.
When I first hired my original VA, I would speak to her every day. I'd review all her deals for the first time with her on a Zoom call. I find it's an incredible way to get VAs up to standard as quickly as possible. Now my team is expanding, my head VA does this every day with my new VA, but I will make sure to speak to her at least once a week. She's progressing really nicely, a good level of deals already. I'm currently in a bit of cash flow jail, but that's why I've brought her in now. The pressure's off and she'll hopefully be up to speed once I need to increase my spending.
And that's me done for the day. Now all that's left is to go and have a bit of dinner and go and play with my little one. Now I'm not going to tell you what time it is because you'll all accuse me of not doing enough work, but that is the whole beauty of my business. I get to stop and play with my daughter as much as I want, and I would not have it any other way.